Claude Code's making waves. As you already know, things are changing every single day with the world of Claude. And honestly, I'm just happy that there's been a lot of positive changes and updates. What I have found in the most recent up to date pieces around Claude is that it has been making things substantially more efficient for you and I to make our ideas become reality, and more importantly, it just helps to get day to day tasks and responsibilities done smoother and faster. In today's most recent up to date pieces that have come through, Claude has been introducing called auto mode. Now, this is something really important around the world of putting things together through development, because instead of having to go through and approve every file, you're able to now actually have like a command here to help skip certain permissions automatically. But auto mode is actually going to help discern which decisions and permissions are going to actually need to be focused on. So there's going to be time and place where it doesn't necessarily need to sit here and bug you every single time to get reapproval for a specific thing that you might need to give it authentication to, right? So in here as an example, right, before each tool call, a classifier is going to review potentially destructive actions. Safe actions processed automatically, risky ones get blocked, and Claude tasks take a different approach if necessary. This, as what they've seen, has helped to reduce risk, but doesn't completely eliminate it. However, that's why, as you really should be, I mean, you're going to be able to use it in your isolated environment, right? So if you're going through, you're doing the development for your own platform, or wanting to do dashboards and reporting and analytics and interconnecting with your own APIs, you probably want to start by running it locally and validate things and ensure that you're not interrupting your current infrastructure, right? But as you've seen, there's been a lot of really cool improvements in the space. And so I would say that this has been a pretty solid little update. It's a little thing, but when it comes to you trying to run agents concurrently, it's nice knowing that you can have something run outside of you sitting here focusing on the screen yourself. So as of right now, this is going to be on the team plan, enterprise and API access rolling out over the next few days. Might already be out by the time you're watching this video. But what I find is really cool is that you can start using Claude itself to start helping you complete tasks. Opening your apps, navigating your browser, filling in spreadsheets, and so on. More importantly, you can use it to do what I had it do, which is while we're doing this video, creating some type of presentation to discuss the most recent changes and updates. I've not seen it yet. We're going to take a look at it ourselves together, and I want to see how this turned out. So over here, I've got my local Claude code, Claude desktop open. And I had it go through, and my prompt was absurdly basic. Because ultimately, what I wanted to see is how good is it at taking really high-level context? Could you help me create a visual presentation educating people about the latest changes and updates around Claude Auto Mode for Claude Code? And so I can educate it to people so that they can walk away with actionable insights and updates on it. As you know, that's exactly what I'm doing. I didn't even look at this yet, but I think its capabilities to doing this, let me move myself to the other side, it is getting a lot better at being able to put together high quality pieces of content. This is its first run through. And you'll see in here that once it built it, it actually viewed a slide, then decided on making some changes. And you'll see, oh, look, this slide 3, this new section was going over top of some text. And so it went through and actually made some changes. So its ability to do what a designer or you and I probably would have done over the course of a couple of hours, and it doing it like this is pretty insane. So I feel like the world of design and creativity is shrinking. Now, you still need to be really good at being able to conceptualize and how you want it visually shown. I didn't give any direction here, so it sort of just went and did its own thing. But its ability to put something that we can all process is actually really good. So let's look through this. So Claude Code, auto mode, smarter way, autonomy, built with built-in safeguards. Here's the variations from before versus after. I think that does a great job. Default mode, auto moded, skipping permissions, detailing how it works. And if we look here on the side, there it is. You will see that it goes through, does the review, installs the Claude skill around generating PowerPoints, pulls in an agent, reads slides, and then makes all the iterations that we've discussed. Now, don't know about you, but this is pretty freaking awesome. If you've been using Claude and trying out the different skills that people have put together or your own, as well as using Claude Code, I would love to know what your experience has been like using Claude. I have personally found that using Claude overall has been one of the smoothest experiences. There are times and places where I don't get the best outputs from it. However, by and large, it has been doing a fantastic job at providing the outputs for the day-to-day tasks that I predominantly care about, right? Which is helping me doing menial tasks, smoothing out day-to-day operations on different areas, helping to generate dashboards and interfaces and experiences for myself and my team and my clients to work with, as well as helping with the development of systems and platforms. So, overall, I think it's been really good. What I do find interesting is in this, it's able to just provide you with such a solid setup. And we're going to try opening this up because I've not used this yet. I want to see what it does. Do I need... Yes, take all my data. Open desktop app. Okay. Good. Open. Let's see if this does cleanly recreate it. It does. Okay. Well, it does. Look at that. So we've completely gotten rid of 90% of the hard work that we do when it comes to building nice, fancy presentations. If it was me, if I was a business owner and I had to do like sales decks and presentations with people, I would 100% be using Claude Code in a couple of ways. So if I've got documentation about my client and their business, right, and myself, I would 100% come in, have a foundational document, maybe build a project around this, but I would come in and I would detail information about me and my business and what we do, how we serve, how we help these people. Then another section that dives into the person or the company or the organization and what they do, what they're probably wanting to come to us for, and so on. Then go through and create a slide deck or PowerPoint that I can use in my call to help guide the conversation, have a visual reference point outside of maybe like your initial discovery call, to then go showing them clearly how you align and how your business and how your platform or your service aligns with them, and driving them towards moving forward with you in your organization. So look, I just verbalized this externally. This is not exactly how you could prompt this, but it's a high level overview, right? Because I think that this is a very unique way of starting to approach things. It's not even new, but it is something that you can start doing a lot faster now. So approach that I may recommend taking now that you can leverage Claude to help do these types of tasks and generate PowerPoints and complete certain roles and responsibilities is if you get a new meeting that comes in, if you're thinking about this from like a sales perspective, is as a new meeting comes in, you've got all of your contextual information about you, your business, what you do, how you help them, how you serve them, maybe how you price and package and all that stuff. And then it pulls all the information from the meeting that was just scheduled, assuming it noticed that it's like a discovery call or intro call, what have you. From there, I would then take your information and the client's available data, and if they've got a website, pull some website data, and then put it all together so you've got this really cool PowerPoint or at least solid talking points to help you guide and close that conversation more effectively. I think what it also does is allow you to then curate your pre-meeting follow-up messages so you can be like, hey John, love what you guys are doing there. Again, thanks so much for booking a call. I'm really excited to speak with you about how we can help you at XYZ company do a handful of things that align to what we do, blah blah blah, right? And then you create these different types of emails and LinkedIn messages or SMS in preparation for the meeting, and then after the meeting, right, where you're able to then curate and adjust maybe the language around your case studies and examples of work that you've done, as you're going through and driving validation that you guys are the right person to work with, right? So, I did a little bit of a ramble, but I thought this would be pretty cool. And it's something I think people would really enjoy. So I wanted to bring it to you. If you would like for me to show you how to build something like that and maybe walk away with a really cool method of taking new meetings that come in and building out like your call schedule, like how you're going to handle your call and what you're going to show in the call, as well as maybe some of the automated messaging for before and after the meeting, depending on how it goes. Let me know, put it in the comments below. Also, if you've watched this far, don't forget to like, subscribe. I really appreciate you being here. And honestly, I'm just looking to help you guys out. So if you can, let me know everything you've wanted to have help with in the comments down below, and I'll talk with you guys again soon. Thanks. Bye.